One very quick technique to develop forms and variations is actually not to draw, for example, a different profiles or variations, but instead we simply start drawing only one object and overlay all the different views. So let's say we do something from the side, and I just quickly maybe mark myself some proportions there and there, and then I put down, let's say, maybe an ellipse and an ellipse. Okay, this can be done very loosely and pretty fast. The idea again is not accuracy, it's more feeling and seeing shapes. So then maybe, do I want this one to be bevel out a little bit, or maybe instead of convex, maybe this could be a little bit concave. Let's say the top should be at an angle, so I could put down an ellipse this way to make sure it has the correct angle. What happens if maybe we make this ellipse a little bit longer, maybe at a different angle, another ellipse. And you see, you just simply put down a lot of lines. And when we zoom in here again, you see this is not very precise. But again, we're just putting down variations. So maybe lines at different angles. And then at one point, do we see something maybe we like? So now we could say, I maybe like this transition. Do I like this to be round? Do I want this to be flat? Do I want this to be more convex? Maybe here I go actually with the concave version, and then here's the upper ellipse. So for example, here I have to clean this up a little bit at this area, so that this ellipse actually rotates more correctly. So with a little bit of extra line weight, I am now putting down more focus actually on maybe the proportions and curves or profiles I'm interested in. And then if this is really what I like, then maybe I can go ahead and start inking this even more. Again, a little trick when we work with ellipses and edges, they are not connected this way. There's always a nice flow between them. So here coming down, this goes down somewhere, this goes up. Maybe here we have an edge there, and you see I'm drawing over this whole area, and with pressure actually make the strokes more visible, so that actually I get better starting points of ellipses. It's very difficult to draw an ellipse this way. It's much easier to draw an ellipse slightly pressured, and then there I apply a lot more pressure, because then the transitions will be smoother. Okay, maybe we have to refine this down here a little bit, there, and then there again. I start drawing here in this back area, drag over it, and then to the edge, more pressure to the front, and then maybe here, for example, I go up. Okay, maybe some mid lines or so. Okay, you see, I simply developed these forms by creating a lot of overlays, and then later I can quite easily make different variations of those. And the main idea is simply you're not limiting to yourself to what you see in terms of the contour lines. You really create a collage of many different options, and then from all these options you simply pick the versions you like. So here is a side view of a hand mixer bowl, and I would like in this case demonstrate to you another quick way how we could do some sort of ideation. So in this case I will pick a different color, and whoops, let's go back. We can, let's say, well, this is actually the way how it starts. Maybe there, this is my bowl. Okay, maybe a big ellipse, so the bottom part is rather flat. So how do I do the spout part? Well, maybe the spout comes down this way or at a certain angle. This comes down. Maybe there is a small curved part. Maybe like this, so with a little bit of more pressure I can influence that more. Now, do I want here to have it be more round? Do I want this to go this way? Do I want to have a smaller corner? You see, I just put down a lot of different arcs, and then I can pay attention to each arc and try to see which one maybe do I like, which actually might even fit the product. So let's say there should be a handle. And let's say the handle starts here at the side, and then with nice big strokes, I can fan them out. So when the bowl here comes up, maybe there we have something bigger to hold, kind of like for your hands. Currently it's a little bit too big probably. Does this maybe have to come up even more? Obviously, you can't put down too many lines. Till a point it gets very difficult to read. I have this angle. I will maintain this angle, and I will actually now simply say, well, I will continue the same direction so that this part will be the same at the bottom here. I can start smaller, and then to the back I get a little bit thicker. Let's put an ellipse at the end to round it, and then really ink it a little bit stronger, maybe like this. And the bowl here, I simply say, oh, we'll come down this way. Perfect. Maybe some extra lines there to give some contrast to it. Okay, so here I meet there, so let's go to there. The rounding starts there and there. And with some good hand movements and arcs, there it is. For example, this is one very quick way how to develop different forms. Again, instead of just drawing one variation after the next one, we start with a very loose drawing, not much pressure. We put down a lot of contour lines that are maybe possible candidates, and then we simply pick and choose and draw the product we like. Obviously, it's done very fast. It's not necessarily correct, and prospectively there are a lot of issues with it, but again, this is right now developing ideas, thinking through your design. What are styling or form language possibilities? And then we can take that and, for example, go back and then only then actually do a really well constructed sketch with the rendering and construction of this product from a certain view with the correct perspective proportions we want for kind of like a presentation. But this is still too good to keep, because we, in addition, now if we, for example, take another sheet of paper and put it over it, We can actually then continue and again very quickly make different variations, and this time I actually, as you can see, decide some of the shapes should be different. Maybe the sides should be more linear there. Now in a computer software this is very easy because we can just work with layers. If you're working with pen and paper, you might think that's not as easy, but well, in today's time for few dollars we can easily buy a lightning table and then kind of like basically draw over it, put the red drawing the paper under the new paper and sketch over. And then this way on different sheets create different variations, but they all, as you can see, are still based on our first kind of like form study collage of curves.